Hi guys, I was asked by a subscriber of mine to look into this news article that I'll put up here in my information box talking about a cyber shockwave drill that the United States government did on itself. And before I get into that, I just want to tell you a bit about myself. I'm a network auditor and I do that for a living. And basically what that is a professional hacker that companies hire out to come hack them and give them information on how to patch up their networks and make their systems more secure. And that's basically the general synopsis of it. I'm a paid hacker. And I read into this article a lot of things, and they're talking about the government and how their computers are so unsecure. And also that they want to implement a cybersecurity task force to come and regulate things on the internet so that they can be sure that their government computers are so secure and whatnot. Now, this is a complete joke and it's a scary piece of propaganda. First thing, there is no cyber shockwave. There is no, it makes it sound like it's a bomb or something like that. No, hacks are real boring, and I'll show you one in just a minute. They're very boring, and they're a bunch of numbers and digits and things like that. They don't look like they do in the movies, and they're trying to use this propaganda to scare you into allowing them to set up a cybersecurity task force, which we don't need. Next point, the government computers any hacker knows are completely unsecure. They're a complete joke. There is no privacy on their networks whatsoever, and if they even have a means of security at all, then they will have an access point under a weak security, a wireless access point under weak security, which any common hacker could break into and steal all the data that they wanted out of the computers, especially if they spoof their network MAC addresses. So anyway, this is a scary article because I believe it's going to, as they talk more and more about these cyber attacks from overseas and all this devastation that it could cause, what it's going to do is it's going to scare people into submitting into the cybersecurity task force. Reminds me much of the Homeland Security thing, where people are going to say, well, I don't have anything to hide, and then it's going to give the government all kinds of permission to snoop on what you're looking at on the internet and regulate and look into your emails and things like that. So, without further ado, I want to show you first I want to tell you about the government security. On all the DPS computer systems in Texas, they use a WEP access point in most of the DPS field offices. And these are very unsecure that any hacker can crack into. On the Dallas Federal Reserve Bank, they have access points all over the place. I know that's quasi-government. They also have an IBM token ring network that's 100 megabit fiber optic, and they basically anybody could just bust into this thing. Any semi-skilled hacker could break into these networks, and depending on which ring they're on, for instance, at the Federal Reserve, they could download all the data out of it. And that's why I always would crack up between me and some of my buddies. It's like, that HR 1207, it's like, how about HR hack? Because somebody could feed all the secrets from the Federal Reserve straight out of a simple hack. So, well, one other point. Think about these drone planes that they have over in Pakistan and Afghanistan. They were dumping the live feeds, the television feeds, out of these drones straight up into a satellite that anybody with a simple free-to-air satellite dish or a device called the Sky Grabber could lock into the signals that they're sending up to these satellites and watch the drones freely fly around. You could watch their live feeds as they're flying around everywhere killing people. And the government's acting like this is such a big deal, this cyber shockwave that's coming, yet their stuff is so insecure that it's almost laughable by hackers. And I really feel that this article is to make people scared enough to submit to a cybersecurity task force. And I'll tell you right now, some of the best ways the government could secure their computers. First, they need to do away with WEP and implement WPA, WPA2 security under at least a 25-character password consisting of numbers, digits, characters, and symbols. So they're a joke first on their wireless. Another thing that they could do is simply remove very high sensitive data straight off the same networks that are connected with the rest of the world through the internet and through any Wi-Fi access points. They also need to get off these secure packet radio encrypted networks, because those are a joke. Any hacker with a ham antenna and a knowledge how to receive packet radio has all the packets that they need to sit there and try to decipher their encryption. So anyway, I want to show you a hack right now, which is on web security. I set it up on my own home network, so it's not illegal. It's my own personal stuff. And I want to show you how fast that a hacker can crack these things. And basically, this is what all the DPS computers, or many of the DPS field offices in Texas are using. This is web encryption. The Federal Reserve Bank, there's web signals all over that place, and it's just quite amazing. You got to watch this. All right, here's all the little packets coming down. These are weak ARP request packets coming off of a web encrypted network. And this could be just as easily done to any government computer network. And that is quite scary, because this is a very common hack. Right there, that little thing that says data, I'll try to put it right here in the middle. Those are weak handshake packets, basically hello, 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 hello packets coming off of that network between these fake ARPs. And down here I have a little capture file that I'm prepared to crack. And I'll show you how fast this takes. It says please wait. You see that little thing says key found? That password right there is a hexadecimal password to my WEP network, my WEP wireless network. Now, I want to know why the government thinks it has an excuse to hire a cybersecurity task force when all they simply have to do is change their weak encryption protocols. You saw how fast that thing cracked it. And I'm not uncommon. There are many people who can do this, and many people who have this knowledge. And they could easily secure these things if they would just do it. That it's almost as simple as that. They don't have to even buy any more things. These are just options they have to switch. And that's why this article is so scary. I really feel it's to bring in that cybersecurity task force. They're going to scare the people with it, and then the people are going to happily give up their rights of privacy online. So anyway, I thought I'd just make a commentary on that. It was a request, and I hope I didn't scare you, but the truth is the truth. So anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thank you.